Whenever I'm feeling a little down, whenever I'm feeling sad, I remember that I'm pissing the right people off and I don't feel quite so bad. Whenever I question my own self-worth or my integrity, I remember that I'm pissing the right people off and it fills me with some glee. While the worst people rule the world and the rest of us all get fleeced, if I'm pissing certain people off, it feels like I'm making a mini stand at least. And so I'll carry on in spite of what antagonists may say. And as long as I'm pissing the right people off, I don't care what they think anyway. What folks, Thomas Benjamin Wild Esquire here with song number 52 of my Song a Week series. This one was about winding up certain types of people and feeling like, regardless of everything else going on in the world at the moment, if you are getting to certain people, then actually you feel like you're doing something at least. And I know it's quite a petty way of looking at things, but sometimes it feels like there's very little else that you can do. And the only measure that I've got sometimes to know whether I'm on the right side of things is whether I'm pissing certain types of people off. And I realise that over the last kind of few months with this project, I've been doing a lot of these songs that are poking fun at attempting to troll certain types of people, which they often do. And I didn't used to dare do that, but it's a kind of sign of the times, really, isn't it? There's so much awfulness going on in the world at the moment. And there's very little that you feel like you can do about things. So it's a small petty comfort to be able to know that some bigot on the internet has got so wound up by something that I've done and put out there that they've spent the time writing a huge response to it. And there's a satisfaction to be had from that. And it's very petty. I realise it's very petty. But hey, you've got to take these wins where you can these days, haven't you? It's very much inspired by the comments that I've had from last week's video, which I'll get onto in a little while. But yes, it's not big or clever to go around trying to piss certain groups of people off, but it definitely makes you feel better about things in a world where you feel powerless. So that is what inspired this song. I played this on my Flight Soprano Ukulele, details of which can be found in the description below the video. So this is technically song number 52. I've reached a year of this, which was my aim. However, I'm being a little bit strict with myself because 6 of those songs were actually already written for the new album. And so I feel like that's cheating a little bit. So I'm going to be carrying this on for another 6 weeks now. And then on the final week, doing some kind of live reaction video, which I need to work out the details of yet. So yes, technically I've hit a year. Hooray! I've had a few weeks off, obviously, but I am going to be continuing this for the next 6 weeks at the very least, because I really want to get to 52 original songs. There's also one in there that was a kind of parody song as well. So I don't know whether that's considered cheating, but we'll see. So 6 or 7 weeks, and then we'll have a big celebration of it. More details, I'll be kind of sharing more details of that in the next few weeks. I've actually found it quite difficult talking about the last couple of videos in these sections, in these spoken sections of the videos, because I think actually there's some quite serious issues at play. And it's poking fun, and I realise that I'm kind of poking the bear, so to speak. But in all seriousness, yeah, it's quite difficult, and it's quite hard putting yourself out there with this kind of thing. I used to be quite scared of it, but the last couple of years and recent events have just made me not want to be quiet anymore about things, because there's so much hideousness going on in the world at the moment. I feel a little bit responsible given a platform to talk about these kind of things. I promise next week's video is going to be far more light. Some of the comments across social media, while I would say about 95% have been positive and realising what I was saying in the last video. in regards to certain people claiming to be Christians, but advocating for things which are so far from Christian values, as far as I understand them, that it's difficult to believe that they are actually. There have been some people who've taken it personally. There's been lots of Christians who've actually said, yes, I'm glad somebody's saying this about people, because we don't recognise Christian values within those people, which is fantastic. And the one thing I want to say is I have absolutely no problem with religion. Well, I've got my own personal issues with religion because I don't buy into it. But if it is something that you feel benefits you and is good for your life, and that's absolutely fantastic. I have absolutely no problem with that. The issue I have is when people say one thing and act in a very different way, and only kind of choose the bits that they want to take, and that's the issue I take with it, really. So yes, I know I've had some kind of people who are Christians in the comments who have said it on the various platforms, not us. We're not like that, but we can recognise that. So it's very much appreciated there. What I'm not going to do is kind of start discussing negative comments on here or addressing them, because I don't really want to give them air, to be quite honest. I'm quite happy with where I stand on things. So it doesn't faze me particularly. So Alden Hebden 8920 says, love this one, please make a radio length version. I can imagine the hilarity of 2 more verses. I'm a metalhead but love your style. Thank you very much. Yeah, actually I do think that song does probably need a couple of extra verses in it. It's very likely to be one that turns into a full length song, so thank you for that. Kite Dark Wolf 2591 says, this might just be one of your best ones yet in both content and sound. The multiple vocal layers and the instruments blend so well with the lyrics to paint a perfect picture in one's head. Again, please do make a full version of this. I think I will. As I said before, I think I'll make a full version of it. Mark the Minstrel says, as a Christian, I find this song hilarious. Having known several hypocritical Christians, having been one myself, of course, it's an issue I see called out quite often, which is good because it's the kind of thing that needs to be pointed out. Thank you for your work and for the controversy. Thank you very much. It's good, and that's the thing. I don't have a problem with religion. I have no problem with religion. I have a problem with kind of hypocrisy and picking and choosing, and then saying that it's the word of God. Siri Cressy says, there's an actual Shrewsbury in the United Kingdom. I thought it was made up for the Brother Cadfael mysteries. Yes, there is actually a place called Shrewsbury. I'm heading there, tomorrow, or I've just been there because it's Sunday. This is going up. So yes, I can confirm that it exists once I've been there. But yes, I'm well informed that it does actually really exist. Commander Ernie Paul says, I'll definitely be sharing this one with the risk of offending my mother, who is actually the sort of Christian you're singing about. Okay, fair enough. If you would like to do that, then that's absolutely fine. I hopefully don't fall out with your mother. But yeah, some people need to have those kind of conversations and need to have those things pointed out to them. And then Zardwalk says, oh brother, where art thou? A classic. Go to sleep, little baby is one of my favourite scenes, and yes, I get annoyed by the same type of people. So thanks ever so much for the comments in there. There is so many more comments in there, mostly positive, some more negative. Do keep your comments and questions coming, folks. It makes these videos a lot more interesting, gives me more to talk about. Next week I imagine it's going to be quite a difficult one in the comments as well, depending on what kind of reaction I get to this particular song. Hopefully it'll just fly under the radar a little bit, but, or hopefully not. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for that and keep them coming. A quick reminder of where I'll be over the next few weeks. So on Sunday the 27th of April, I'm going to be at the Green Duck event space in Tunbridge Wells. I'm doing a full solo show there. That should be really good fun. It's a nice little intimate venue. It's always good fun. So if you're in that area, do come along. Then on Friday the 2nd of May, I'm going to be at the New Cross Inn in London with Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, and Professor Elemental. We've not done a show together, all three of us, for quite some time. So that is going to be a great one. If you are in London, I highly recommend coming along to that. Then on Friday the 16th of May, I'm going to be at the Old Joint Stock in Birmingham, UK, unfortunately. American friends, with my good friend Tom Carradine, where we do our two Toms show together. So that's the old joint stock in Birmingham on the Friday the 16th of May. And then finally on Saturday the 24th of May, I'm going to be at the Cobblestones in Bridgewater again, this time going down there with my band, the Fancy Chaps. Again, should be really good fun. It'd be lovely to see you if you are in the area. If you're interested in seeing these videos before everybody else, as well as getting MP3 downloads of all the songs, on top of various other exclusive content, you can join my Patreon community for as little as £3 a month. Details can be found in the description below the video. Details for all the shows I have coming up in 2025 can be found in the link in the description as well. It'd be lovely to see you out and about this year. That's about it for me for this week. Stay safe, and until next time, toodle pip!